Welcome to another episode of Fun with Phil and his friends. Today, Melinda and I are on the way to see the Hiawatha Trail. We're going to ride it on our mountain bikes. The goal is to start down at Pearson, which is the lower end of the trail, and ride up to the top and then back down. It's about a 15-mile ride each way, so we're excited to try it out. We get to see a bunch of tunnels and a bunch of trestles. So it'll be really interesting. We'll take some video and pictures along the way. We'll catch you in a minute. An idea of what to do when you get here. We've kind of had to figure it out on our own based on what the internet told us and the instructions said. But first, go to exit 0 off of I-90 at Lookout Pass. You go up the stairs and go into the office and buy your passes or pick up the reserved ones that you made online like we did. And then you get back on I-90 and head east, back down to exit 5, which is just past the rest area. And there are signs that tell you how to get to the Hiawatha Trail. And you have two options. You can, 2 miles off the freeway is the upper trailhead. And it's just a couple miles off the freeway. But we've elected to go what's to the bottom end, which is called the Pearson Trailhead. And at the Pearson Trailhead, we can park and take off from there, and you follow this road, and this road is the same road that the shuttles use. So right now we're actually on the Hiawatha Trail driving our car.
I'm going to show them right now.
And there's the shuttles right there that you can see. So this is actually the Hiawatha, and this is where the buses come back up from Pearson to this spot right here. So even if you take the bus back up the hill, you have to ride from here back up to the trailhead where you left your car. But we're going to do the opposite way. We're going to go this way and drive down, and then when we're done, we're going to drive out the bottom end to Wallace and get back on I-90 at the town of Wallace, Idaho. Okay, so we're still on the road driving down to Pearson, but we actually have to drive into one of these tunnels. This is one of the old railroad tunnels that will come back up. You see the sign says, honk your horn and then proceed. So now we're driving into this tunnel. All right, we're at the Pearson Trailhead. We're all geared up. We're ready to go. As you can see behind us, we've gotten down, got the bikes unloaded. The Sequoia's all muddy because it's been raining all morning. We were really worried we were going to get rained on, so we have rain gear on. Melinda's geared up completely.
Of course.
And but it looks like it's going to settle down, so we can always shed layers if we need to. So we'll let you know along the way as we have more things to show you. Oh, come on. Here we are starting on the trail of the Hiawatha. Okay, we're coming up on our first trestle. We've been through 3 tunnels already, but pretty short ones, so we didn't take videos of those. But this is our first big, tall trestle that we're coming over. And as you can see, it spans that canyon, which is pretty amazing. And it looks like it's probably 500 or 600 feet down to the bottom. Pretty amazing how they built these things hundreds of years ago with the tools and equipment that they had versus what we have today. How far is it down there, guys?
A long way.
500 feet maybe?
Down this trail before?
No, this is our first time. I would bet that's probably 500 feet or more. So we have a canyon in Twin Falls where we live that's about that deep. There's another one of the trellises that we're going over, and you can see where we're going to go. See the trellis across the way? You can see the pit bikers coming across. It's pretty amazing. These drop-offs are 400 and 500 feet, all of them. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's cloudy and rainy, but it's perfect weather to not get hot and ride. The rain's not enough to really put a damper on anything. And you can see the clouds hanging in the mountains. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful pine trees. You can see the new growth on the tips of the boughs. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Into one of the many tunnels. I think this is the 4th tunnel we've been to. Looks like it might be a little longer. The rain's picked up just a little bit. So it'd be nice to be in the tunnel and get out of the water. There's a sign up here that tells you how long they are. I think there's 2 of them right in a row.
683.
So this one's 683 feet long. You can see we got our fancy new lights. You can see Melinda's bum shining off her pants. And we got reflectors in the tunnel. It's cooled down dramatically in here. It's pretty cool. All right, we're on another great big tall trellis. We've crossed the canyon and come across a big switchback. And you can see off in the distance, just in the middle of those clouds, one of the trellises that we took a picture of a few minutes ago. So we made a big loop and we've crossed the canyon. Now we're on the other side of the canyon. And you can see the trellis ahead of us. Trestle, I'm sorry, I keep calling it a trellis. It's not peas growing up it, it's a trestle, so a train crosses it. But you can see down through the ties, you can see the whitewater down below of the river, the creek that's down below us, about 500 feet. Miles up to where the last tunnel is. And we've been told the last tunnel is about a mile long. And that'll get us right up to the upper parking lot where we'll stop and rest a little while and then turn around and come home. Or go back down the hill. All right, here we are coming to the end of the upward trail. We just came out of the tunnel and we're up to the West Portal Trailhead. So this is the halfway mark. We're gonna rest here for a little bit, eat some food, and then head back down. So we've gone about 14 miles to this point. All right, here we are on our way down. This is one of the signposts, little in name only. We've come back downhill about 9.5, 10 miles. So we're only about 4 miles away from the car. It's been raining like all day long. Look, there's another little deer. We saw another one just a minute ago. She's running right to us. There she is, crossing the little doe, going off and down into the weeds. So that's kind of cool. That's the second one we've seen, third one we've seen today. Melinda's covered and we're all wet and pretty cold. Our bikes are full of mud, as you can see. It's been an interesting day. It's been a lot of fun, but we're cold and we're on our way back to the car to try and warm up.
I have 21 and something miles.
I'm sorry. Are we in your way? Did you want to go through the tunnel? You can go through the tunnel. We don't care. I guess not. We'll just go on down the hill. So here we are coming down to the very end, back to the trailhead down at Pearson. After doing 14.5 miles up and 14.5 miles down for 29 miles up and down the Hiawatha Trail on June 29th, 2020. Here we are back at the Sequoia after I just finished the ride. Beautiful day, it's a little rainy, a little wet. You can see, turn around, show them your back. You can see the mud all up and down her back. I'm sure I'm the same.
You are.